was. Carry a ghost berry.
Carry a ghost berry.
My memory is not what it was, but I recall. Boy, that's cool that you can. Boy, that's cool that you can teleport. Well, you want to be in your shop, not home. Man, it's impressive that you were able to get this real estate with so many gods around.
Yeah. We're cool.
Yeah. You think they would have bought up everything, but no.
Okay, so Ghostberry. I want to give him all of them. He doesn't deserve my Ghostberries. Alright, so I gotta go all the way back to this fucker?
Dude's gonna bless your shop, man.
Better. What's up, blue guy?
You just throw it down. Blessings!
Ooh, I can pick them while I've got this, can I?
No, those are straws.
These are straws. Gooseberries are straws.
Oh.
That's just what they call them in this fanciful land.
Okay, that makes sense.
They're regular type.
Bloobs. Straws and bloobs. He's behind the, gap, I believe.
Can I go the other way? Do I have to go all the way around?
I don't know.
Stop looking at me.
Look how pretty that mountain is.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Okay. What? He's fine.
It's fucking terrifying.
If I turned you upside down, you'd look like a demonic soft serve ice cream cone.
Ooh. Yeah.
I get that a lot.
Oh yeah, he is snatched as fuck.
What?
His waist is snatched.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's like thin.
Oh, okay.
It's like really like, he's got those hips and he's got that like upper body.
Aaron,
and snatched waist.
you should know better than to use terms that were created after 1995 with me.
Delicious! More. 10%? Thanks for nothing.
Today only.
I'm gonna walk all the way back with these fucking berries in my hand? Just for 10%?
And all the money you'll make off the berries.
I suppose that's true.
Ooh, I like that.
Can I drop it? Yeah. Yeah, but I want it.
Yeah, no, you want those berries. Want the cash.
Like it?
Want that cold-hearted berry cash.
This fucker. I don't know, man. I'd let him.
Aaron, go open your store.
Got those big ass fingers.
Focus.
Oh, those are going. What's up? What's up, man? How you doing?
Please keep backing away. Leave some room for Jesus.
I just want to fuck one of these gods. And I know one of them's horny because they were always talking about that shit when the myth is talk about Hades and Pluto,
The other one.
the devil.
You said it, bucko.
Hades is Pluto. Wow. Okay. I'm ready to open my shop to let some of these normal people who
I don't even know if the stream is still going, but I am heading to the radiated base in order to pick up as much jasmine as I possibly can and head back to my other base to make duraluminium. This stretch is quite dangerous, so I've got to be very careful while I excursion across the desert with this
Squeeze the
buggy.
chickens. Thank you, God. It's not necessary. Man.
Next stretch is all the way across here.
Shit, people are coming to the shop. They're gonna shoplift. Fucking disaster. Dukui, your egg supply. Protect it. Protect it at all costs. Hello?
Well, how are you doing today? Oh, okay. All business, I see. No problem.
Well, business is my name and Aaron's my game. Shit.
We'll have to repair it too before we head into the radiation
when
zone.
you're out,
a special on ghost berries if it. Oh.
20. It got stuck.
Yeah.
Give me your sword.
Just one sword and one apple? You must be headed into pretty. Look at me! I brought you a lace parasol.
Well, hello.
Good day.
Ooh, so many potions. Well, there must be love potions, because 22, roll 3. Great. And done.
So,
What's up, blue hair? I would like to. Well, you're a handsome man, aren't you? Wouldn't you like to? Yeah, next.
You just take the palm of your hand and mush his face out.
All right. Potions, potatoes. There ain't nothing better in this world, am I right?
What's taters, precious?
There's just nothing but good taters in this establishment. And I'm glad that you bought them. Hey, what's up? Nice body armor you got here.
Thanks. It's incredibly inconvenient for anyone walking to my right.
I keep whacking them whenever I reach for my back pocket.
And then they hit my bow. All right. I believe it's time for next time on Game Grumps.
Yeah, all right.
I really enjoyed playing this
What a
game.
delight.
It was such a nice,
Made it to the
relaxing.
community zone.
Both
Now we must travel deeper.
both parts to it. The shop part is nice, and also the town wandering.
Yeah, I like the harvesting part. That's fun.
Yeah. It's one thing Supermarket Simulator did not have. That's all. All right, later.
Bye.
Bye.
Go pick this up. It's an indie game.
Oh
Go pick it
shit.
up. Support some indie creators. It's fun.
Okay, I thought this thing was about to like light on fire. And I'm in a PvP zone. Okay, let's make it to my base here. We're almost there. Then we can basically, well, we need this for getting Jasmine, so I'm gonna drop it off here. And we need to exit the area. Yeah. I need my plane, get out of the area, fly for a little bit. I need to use the bathroom, and then I will be back. Okay.
we're on a journey to build real-life, fully functioning Fallout power armor. And so far in this series, we've built arms that can curl over 300 pounds, an augmented reality heads-up display helmet with integrated night and thermal vision, a power pack capable of operating the entire suit, some high-tech hands, and we even learned how to build bullet-resistant armor plating. But with all of this tech crammed into the suit, it's starting to get heavy. So in this episode, we're taking our first steps to build power armor legs. But before we go into that, we still have some unfinished business to take care of. So we've been keeping up with the series. You remember that in episode 3, we pretty much had the whole upper body assembled, and now it's not. And that's because we've been pulling parts off of it to continue doing upgrades. But in order to look at that power armor workbench in Fallout, I don't see no mill there. You just ding, 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 and then you have power armor. Now grinder time. You're going to have to make a couple modifications to this right off the bat. No more shouldering, so we're going to use our Stigman fabrication table. Alright, so that's our revised power pack frame.
We need to
and then we've got the new
spend this
mesh,
time
which has to attach to
trying
that.
out the latest.
We're going to add all of our
We're
mounting.
gonna get
Okay. Woo!
one load of
A lot of holes. Alright, so the moment
jasmine.
we've all been
We
waiting
have
for.
got
Okay. Woo!
one load of
A lot of holes. Alright, so the moment
jasmine.
Okay. Woo!
One load of
A lot of holes. Alright, so the moment
jasmine.
we've all been waiting,
we have
for.
got enough time
Back
for
piece
that.
is
Now
done.
we have to head back.
Front piece is done. Let's attach these together.
Got enough time
Back
for
piece
that.
is
Now
done.
we have to head back.
Front piece is done. Let's attach these together.
At least we need to.
And then we've got. So this is me trusting my engineering right now. Alright, so let's see if
We're gonna get back in.
So the design of these is actually pretty simple. You've got a boot that's attached to the foot plate, a pneumatic cylinder that goes up to your glute, and then there's a hinge at your knee and a hinge at your hip. And what this allowed him to do is actually lock the joints to be unpowered, which means he could set the suit in a specific position, lock the joints, and use no air in order to hold the suit in that position. And this is something I'd really like to keep for the power armor, because I want to be able to step out of the suit and have to keep this position without me inside. There's one small flaw. Right now, in order to release that, I have to manually move that lever over to allow this to be free range motion again. I'd like to have a ratchet on my knee, on my hip, and on both legs, which means last thing I want to have to do is every couple of steps, turn 4 ratchets on and off, take a couple of steps, turn 4 ratchets on and off. That's annoying. So I want to make these ratchets pneumatically controlled. Here's the plan. We pull this back section. So there's the actual teeth gear. The mechanism is actually quite simple. There's pretty much this little ratchet that clicks in this direction, but then if you go the other way, it locks. And then if you move it out of the way using this little latch, it can now freely spin. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually pull this little latch off. I'm going to replace that with this 3D printed piece that I made. Alright, now we need pneumatic cylinders. It's going to attach right there. It's one side of the pneumatic cylinder attached. Now we need to add the mount for the other end, and we should have some pneumatically powered ratchets. Okay, so here's the plan. Once these guys are on there, let's pivot. Let's connect it right to there. There we go. There's 2 pneumatic cylinders that are going to be able to engage and disengage our ratchets. Which means the next thing is going to be these plumbed. Cool. We can get these tested. There's our ratchet system. So right now, unlocked, unlocked. Put this. Ratcheting, ratcheting. Pneumatically controlled ratchet. Let's attach them on. Let's take a look. So that leg should have just a little bit of side-to-side motion. Should have nice extension and retraction. I can now put my entire body weight on this, even with no air in the cylinder, and it'll hold my weight. All right, these legs are looking pretty good. You can go and strap them onto the suit for now, I guess. And these are gonna attach to our hip joints right here. Okay, so functionally, these version 1 legs have the locking ratchets and the lifting cylinder to be able to lift a lot of weight. But practically, these are hard to get into, and they look like chicken legs more than power armor legs. So the plan is to actually make a clamshell design, similar to the one we used for the arms, to be able to step into the suit, be able to provide protection and armoring of the legs, and make the entire thing a lot more stiff, sturdy, and look like the actual power armor. Alright, so here's what I've come up with. Across the front, we have 2 sheets of perforated aluminum, along with ribs to support their shape. And this is how we did the arm. And across the back, we have this calf piece, which can raise to support your leg, or lower to support the suit when it's freestanding without the overhead crane, so we can get in and out easily. Now, to actually provide lifting force for these legs, we could go with the ergonomic and practical option of using a rotary actuator at the knee, similar to this Dinsis exoskeleton, which is actually commercially available. But instead, I want to optimize these legs to provide as much lifting force as possible while maintaining simplicity. So instead, I've opted to use a single large lifting cylinder at the back of the leg, similar to James's original design. So, all that's left is to make it real. Ooh, that's nice.
Partway through the project, we actually got our powder coating rig set up. So now, instead of painting parts, we're gonna start powder coating. And what powder coating is a fine plastic dust that you basically spray all over this, and you throw the whole thing in the oven, and it gives you a super, super resistant kind of plastic encapsulation.
This is what we need. Let's go. Ben, grab the guy.
That's about enough for
Put
now.
the guy
We're
in
gonna
here.
head back. Good haul of 8.
Alright, so that's actually going to go right here. So this is going to be leg right there. Alright, so we've got our shin, we have our calf, and we've got our quadricep. Put them together. This is going to go here. Next up, we need to mount the back of the shin. Okay. Alright, now the calf.
Time to load up the truck.
So this goes right there. This out. The first parts of the leg.
Man.
So there's no foot on it yet. That's actually just the mechanism so that this opens. That goes against the ground. That's going to balance the whole suit. You step inside, your actual foot will sit about there.
Yeah.
And when you step in there, that closes, and now you're spring locked inside of the power armor leg. It opens. That goes against the ground. That's going to balance the whole suit. You step inside, your actual foot will sit about there.
Yeah.
And when you step in there, that closes, and now you're spring locked inside of the power armor leg.
Powder coating is good.
Yeah.
That's great. Good.
Let's get it stashed. And this is the mounting bracket that allows us to attach our ratchet to the actual clamshells. So we gotta attach this here. So currently we have one of these ball joints, which is really nice because they don't rotate, but they have free hip movement as the hip for our power armor leg right here. You see it swivels. Problem is it's currently mounted like this, which means when we get the ratchet into there, this is a really tall stack up, which means that our power armor has wide thigh gap syndrome, which is a problem because it interferes with the arm and my legs aren't that wide. So my plan to fix that is actually to mount our swivel joint the other way around. So rather than mounting it this way, I would like to mount it this way. What that allows us to do is cut. So these are the same. I got ready for the wasteland.
Yep. Maybe just will turn around.
I swear, it's all part of the plan. Trust the process.